Hi everyone. We're making this video for you to be able to use the hardware that we have in place in Thailand. Unfortunately with the COVID, we haven't been able to come over and finish things up, but I hope with this video you guys will be able to do this on your own until we can get there. One thing I might want to add is that this video is for your timing team, and no part or any of it should be posted on any social media, YouTube to share or anything, please. With the help of, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Eric Locken. I'm a member of the ICF Canoe Slalom Committee. With me and with the help of Will Locken.
Oh, Will. Sorry, we're looking in the corner because that's where we see our screen. My name is Will. I'm ITO IJCSL, and so I've been doing video review as well as judging for the last 10 years. I was at the Rio Olympics as well as the Tokyo Test event. Basically, the last 10 years we've been introducing new technology, and now this is our next step to make a video for how to set up a kayak race. Thank you for your time, and I'll be behind the camera for most of this, but we would like to take the next couple of hours, I know it's a long time, to introduce you and instruct you on how to make a successful kayak race. Thank you again, and we will be seeing you soon, hopefully. Thank you.
So with the help of Will and also Andrew Souter, who will run you through the program itself a little bit later on in the video, I want to thank them. And please again, once this is over, any questions, I hope we've answered all the questions, but I'm sure you'll have some, so we'll be here to help you through the setup. So with that, let's begin with the inventory that we need. All right, let's get started with the inventory that I know you have, but I want to go through it and make sure that you understand what they are. We start out with 4 tripods, 2 each for start and finish to put your photocells on. Our photocells here, you have 2 of these. I only have 1 of these, so it's looking, these look a little bit different, but we'll be using these and I'll show you how to use them. We're looking at the start beeps, start and finish beep here. 3 headsets, the amplifiers for the headsets. We'll need the headsets, there's start, finish, and scoring or OVR. You have 3 of these, the timies, 1 for start, finish, and OVR.
Push button.
Oh, and 2 push buttons, start and finish. Next, the Algae Taito. This is what ties everything in from start and finish in your OVR scoring area. We'll be using a number of these. You have a box of these. These are banana plugs. So I'll show you what to do with these. I don't think you have one of these, but it's a voltmeter and it's very helpful to check for the continuity of the cables. We have our computer here set up for CB data, which will Canoe 123, which we'll go over after we get done with the hardware. And then last but not least, the cable that connects our Taito here to the computer. Okay, to start with, you'll need probably around a total of 10 cables to hook all our equipment together. You'll want to have 8 around 3 meters long and 2 that are 4 meters long. The 4 meter long will go to the photocells. To build those, we've got a piece of to go back, you'll need about 1,000 feet of Cat5 cable to put this together. I think you might have that because Alan got that for the last race, I think in January. Some of these cables may be already made. If not, I'll walk you through that. Okay, to start with, to make our shorter cables, we want to cut the sleeve off, strip it down. Okay, in a Cat 5 cable, you've got 4 pair. They are blue, green, orange, and brown. So we've got 4 pair. For the smaller cables, we'll only need 2 of these pair. So you want to pick out colors. I've done on the other end brown and green, so I'll use brown and green on this end. To get these banana plugs to go on, you need to strip the ends here of the plastic. And then for these shorter cables, I'm doubling up the cable just to give it a little bit more strength, because these are fragile wires. And so for this, since I've got spare, I'll just tie these back together again. Okay, it's important. So on my other end here, I've used green. I've used green for the green. So you put the sleeve on first. And with a small screwdriver, just slide the wires in, tighten it, check that you've got a good and tight, and then there you go. And with the black one, do the same thing.
Which color are you using?
I'm using then brown for the black one. Okay, so we've got that end done, and we'll just finish up the other end for this one. Okay, the other option is using just lamp cord and using the silver for the black and the copper for the green on both ends. Okay, so we make 10 of those cables. All right, our next step is to put connectors onto the start and finish cable. The cables that, you'll have one cable of going to start and one cable going to finish. Okay, you'll see this one I've already done with all the solid. There's blue, green, orange, and brown, and all the solid colors have the green banana plug on it. All the white cables have their white and green, white and blue, and so forth. All have the black connectors on them. So I've done both ends. This we'll use for our start or finish. And to build this, you want to again strip the outer sheet on here, clean it up a little bit. And for this, each wire gets connector on it, so you're going to need to unwind all these cables. Enough so you can get the sleeve on there. A little bit of slack. Okay, we've got them all separated. Then take your wire cutter and just strip them all. And all you have to do is take about 7 or 8 millimeters off. Next thing to do is start putting your connectors on. So again, I start with the green. I put it on all the solid colors. Check that it's nice and tight. There you go. And then the black goes on the white and green. Okay, if you have a voltmeter with our short cables, we can test to make sure you've got them connected right. You will take your voltmeter and turn it on to, you'll see a little amplifier on there, and it'll beep if you've got continuity. So just connect the two blacks, and there you go, we're good with the black. And we are good with the green. So after you finish your long cable, of course you won't be able to do that on the long cable, so you can check the continuity by taking your blue and blue-white, tie it together on one end, and then go down to the other end of the cable in your OVR, and you can then find your blue and blue-white cables on that end, and you'll find that you've got continuity on there. You can do that to all 4 pairs. Okay, before we move on to the start and finish area, before you take your timing out to start and finish, you need to sync all 3 of these so they're all on the same time for the competition. So I'll show you how to set up the clocks and also show you how to sync it. Before you turn them on, put one of your short cables black down and green up in the C0. You've got three short cables connected to your timies, plus we'll need a push button. Okay, to get your timies going in the morning, you want to hit the start. And if it's plugged in, so you don't have to do OK. So, okay, the next, let me go back and do this one again. Okay, our next step is we want to have them all on PC timer. You push OK, OK, OK on all of them. The next thing is the times that are already saved. You want to clear those, CLR, and you go to this button, clear, 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 and then it says press any key, so OK, OK, OK. So depending on what you want to do is set the time maybe a minute ahead of what the time is right now. So I will set this at 11:36 for this exercise. So 11:36:00, and then you've got your date. You want to push OK for the time, and then OK for the date, and it'll say wait for start impulse. So we'll do the same thing with all these. 11:36:00, OK, and OK. So wait for impulse. Okay, and okay, wait for impulse. So what we want to do, and you have to be careful, so you want to connect all your cables to a push button. So black to green, make sure they don't touch. Black, green, and then the last one, black, green. And as we're coming up on the time, you want to check it on your watch or your phone. And when you reach that time, you just do that, and all of them are synced. All right, we did this with the syncing and everything, and I want to do this as a close-up so you can see what it shows on the screen. So we hit start, and then switch on, press green, OK. Start. Press green, OK. Press green, OK. So again, it shows up PC timer. So we want to go PC timer, OK, OK, OK. Next thing we do is we clear the saved signals, clear, 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 and then it'll say press any key. So OK, OK, OK. Now it's time to sync the clock, so we're going to sync it at 11:39, 11:39:00, 11:39:00, 11:39:00, and to move down to the date, you push OK, OK, OK. Then the year, month, and day are flashing. That usually comes up. correct, and then you say okay, okay, and okay. And then you saw the next step would be to push the button to sync the impulse. Okay, we'll start out with the photocells. This one will go on the opposite riverbank from the receiver here. So to set this up, you screw this in and get it nice and tight. Screw this one in. Okay, we're ready. Now the height above the river is roughly about right here on below your kneecap. Okay, maybe about 35 centimeters, 40 centimeters. So on the receiver here, before the race starts, you want to replace it with 2 AA batteries. Okay, put this back on here. Okay, what you want to do now is aim this, pull this out, and you can eyeball down this little seam here if you need to. But you turn this on, and it'll be red, most likely. And as you get closer and you start, it'll go to green, and that's when it means you've got a good signal. You want to lock it up. And we're good, and it'll flash green throughout the race, the competition. Next you want to connect, or even before you focus it in, connect this into your photocell. This is your long 4-meter cable. So this is our start and finish cable. You can see the colors are blue, green, orange, and brown. To be consistent, always use for the photocell your green cable and connect that into your main cable. All right. Next, take another cable and use orange to connect to your headsets. And that will connect here. And then connect to your headset. Into here. Okay, just keep in mind this takes a 9-volt battery, and if you leave this connected all the time, it'll drain the battery. So if it's not being used, just disconnect this and set it to the side. This is also set up with 2 positions. You've got it on all the time, where you're heard all the time, or you can talk all the time, or walkie-talkie style, so it's just a push, you talk, and it'll toggle back. Okay, we take another cable, connect that, and connect it into...
That's good.
Into the blue-white. This is for your backup time. It's important to remember. Connect that into your start beat. And to activate this and turn it onto the proper position, push the red button and turn it to E. Okay. Next cable. You're going to connect into the C0 that says D output, C0, that C means channel, and channel 1. So it's very important that the polarity, black is on the bottom always. If you turn it around, this will beep constantly, so that would be your trouble. So the next thing we do is then connect the tiny into these connectors here. And the start beep will connect into here. So to test that this is working, you'll see that when I push this for backup, you'll get a beep, plus this will feed a signal. So you can use the paper feed and you'll see it C0, and when we just did the beep here. Okay, if this is put in backwards, that's what happens. So you'll know that's where you've made the mistake if you've hooked it in backwards. Okay, now both the start and finish are set up the exact same way. So this setup is for both start and finish. Our next step now is recording. So our next step, now that we've done start and finish, is to connect into the OVR. So we've got the Taito here, and we've got the other end of our start and finish cable. So remember, for the photocell was green and green white. We want to put it into channel 0. And that our backup push button is blue. So we want to put that in channel 1. Okay. We also have our finish cable. Now we use green for the photocell. So we put that into C2. And then our push button was blue. So we put that into C3. Okay. Our next step is to take another cable and connect our orange, which is the headsets. Just behind here, you connect the black, the green, and then you connect an extra cable to here, and that will be, so now we have the headsets connected to both start and finish, and this end is connected to the OVR scoring, or the guy running the Canoe 1, 2, 3. So now all three of you are talking. Okay, you're all ready to talk to each other. Okay, our next thing to do is connect the Taito to your OVR Tiny. Okay. The next cable is this one. It's got, you have this cable in your inventory. All here, and you plug this into your Taito. Back here, it's a multi-port. And then you plug this into the computer with USB connection on. And right here, you'll know you're synced with the system if this goes from black to yellow. So it didn't do that, so we want to go to Config, Timing Scoring Hardware, settings, and see, we go to yellow. Okay, the next thing we want to do is test that you've got the right channels here. So you'll see this number change as we do a test on the photocells. So there we go, 1202. We do the push button, and that's coming in at channel 0, start photocell. Then we've got channel 1, start push button, came in, we're good there. We do the finish photocell, and that works. And that's coming in on channel 2, finish photocell, and then the push button is also all coming in. So I'll turn it over to Andrew now to explain the setup on the Canoe 123 program.